I want to reiterate, October 19th, National Heroes Day, is not a festival and is not a time for festivities. This is a time for sober, serious, and respectful commemoration. As a result, no permits for the playing of amplified music in public spaces will be granted. I'm aware that some have regrettably been granted already, unfortunately, and they are going to be cancelled. I will obviously apologize for any inconvenience caused to those who would have received those permits already. But we indicated since last year that this was going to be our position. And for the record, we intend to legislate this as well and put it into more permanent and legal form as we begin to firm up the framework around National Heroes Day. So we intend to take to Parliament legislation to make sure that the date is properly styled as National Heroes Day, legislation to set out the criteria for selecting our national heroes, legislation to say what our national heroes, whether they are alive or whether they are deceased, would be entitled to, how they would be known, and what other benefits they or their families may get from the state surrounding this event.
PM, I'm just seeking a bit of clarity in terms of the pronouncement made as it results to October 19th in terms of playing of amplified songs and so. Will the recall be for a specific time on October 19th? Because I know there are a number of events, and as you mentioned, permissions have already been given. In particular, the opening of the football and so that has an activity that requires the amplified song. So I'm just trying to clarify if it's for a particular time on the 19th or...
Well, no, it was not meant to be for a particular time. It was meant to be for the 19th, and the 19th ends at midnight. So it was, the intent was to ensure that for the day of the 19th, including going into the night until midnight, that there is no amplified song. Yeah. And I just want to emphasize that because we have to be careful that as a country we don't send the signal. Then it means public holidays, national holidays, which are meant to be symbolic of something, all gets squeezed into a party holiday. Almost all holidays at one point in time or another actually was meant to be reflective or symbolic of something, whether it's Christmas, whether it's the Easter holidays, and we can go on. A lot of them were Christian-based holidays. If we are going to be introducing national holidays that are meant to commemorate our national heroes and are meant to particularly mark the most tragic event in our national political psyche, partying and fetting and it's simply not something that is, in my view, consistent with that. And we need to be consistent in the approach we send. And that's why I'm saying I'm obviously going to apologize for any inconvenience that has been caused as a result of that, because we appreciate that. But since last year that was said, perhaps our citizens are not listening. And also it's unfortunate that it happened that permission was given by the RGPF, because we would have communicated since last year our intent. But I guess perhaps people are used to people being inconsistent. And so they figure if you say it will be a solemn day, they probably expect the next day you'd forget and allow partying, and that's not the intent of this administration. So clearly we do appreciate that there's inconvenience, and I have no difficulty in apologizing for that. But that should not have happened, because we made it quite clear since last year that this was not the type of day, with the introduction of a new holiday, to simply treat it as any other day, when we know it holds so much painful and tragic memories for our citizens who still have not, in many instances, come to healing yet or closure on this issue. Thank you.
Welcome to Partygrenada's YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing.